Rose Marie, a multi-talented dynamo of the entertainment world, left an indelible mark spanning several decades. She started as a singing child prodigy named Baby Rose Marie and soon captivated audiences with her vibrant voice. As she matured, her repertoire expanded beyond singing to encompass roles in films, television, and nightclubs. Perhaps most famously known for her role as Sally Rogers on the beloved The Dick Van Dyke Show, Rose Marie's journey through show business was marked by her versatile talent, tenacious spirit, and a distinctive voice that resonated from the radio waves of the 1920s to the television screens of the 60s and beyond. In this video, we'll take a look at her life and career, as well as some surprising revelations she made in her later years. Join Facts First as we present Rose Marie's last interview, The Dick Van Dyke Show's star tells all. Early life. Rose Marie Mazetta was born in New York City in 1923. By the age of 3, she showed an exceptional ability to sing, catching the attention of those around her. By the time she was 5, she had already begun singing on the radio under the moniker Baby Rose Marie. Her innate talent as a singer made her a sought-after act in the vaudeville circuit. Here, she honed her skills and grew her popularity. At just 7, she cut her first album. This made her one of the youngest recording artists of her time. Rose Marie's success wasn't limited to the stage. Her own radio show on NBC further solidified her position as one of the brightest child stars of her era. As she transitioned from a child star, she began exploring other avenues. By her teens, she was acting in films. This shift marked the beginning of a long and varied film career that spanned many decades. Rose Marie and Mary Tyler Moore. Rose Marie and Mary Tyler Moore were two of the biggest stars on the hit sitcom The Dick Van Dyke Show, but behind the scenes there was some tension between the two. Rose Marie was originally cast as the co-star of the show along with Dick Van Dyke. She was a veteran actress with a long career and was excited to be part of such a promising new show. However, as the show progressed, it became clear the focus was shifting to Mary Tyler Moore's character, Laura Petrie. Moore was a rising star, and she was quickly becoming the most popular cast member. Rose Marie was reportedly jealous of Moore's success, and she felt she was being overshadowed. She also felt the show was not living up to its original promise, as it was spending more time on the Petrie family's domestic life and less time on the writer's room, where her character, Sally Rogers, worked. The tension between Rose Marie and Mary Tyler Moore came to a head in 1963 when Rose Marie was nominated for an Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy series. Moore was also nominated in the same category, and she won. Rose Marie was reportedly furious, and she refused to attend the Emmy ceremony. The feud between Rose Marie and Mary Tyler Moore continued for several years, but eventually died down. The two actresses never became close friends, but were able to put their differences aside and work together professionally. In her later years, Rose Marie spoke openly about the feud with Mary Tyler Moore, admitting she was jealous of Moore's success, but that she respected her as an actress. Rose Marie and Al Capone. One of the more intriguing stories related to Rose Marie involves her association with notorious mobster Al Capone. As a child prodigy with a powerful singing voice, she became a national sensation, especially after her appearances on NBC radio. With fame came gigs at various venues, some of which were controlled or influenced by mob figures. According to Rose Marie herself, as she grew popular in her child star days, she was often booked in clubs and theaters run or overseen by mobsters. It's important to remember, during Prohibition and its aftermath, organized crime figures held significant power in various businesses, including the entertainment industry. Rose Marie shared that Al Capone and his associates treated her kindly and watched over her. This was because her dad actually worked for Capone. In fact, when she first met Al, he insisted she referred to him as Uncle Al. Rose Marie later admitted to not really having a sense of who Al Capone was, and as such, had no qualms about calling him Uncle Al. Al and the other mobsters in his circle viewed her as a child and wanted to protect her innocence. In later years, she recounted how Capone and his associates were always polite and gentlemanly towards her and her family. Rose's career highlights. Let's remember Rose Marie by running through some of her top career highlights. Perhaps the most iconic role of her career, Rose Marie played the witty and sharp-tongued comedy writer Sally Rogers on The Dick Van Dyke Show. Her portrayal remains one of the most memorable supporting roles in television history. After The Dick Van Dyke Show, Rose Marie became a regular on the game show Hollywood Squares, appearing in its various iterations for over a decade. Her quick wit and comedic timing made her a fan favorite. Rose Marie appeared in several films as well. While she was more recognized for her roles on stage and TV, she made notable appearances in movies like International House and Big City Blues. Beyond her performance career, Rose Marie was an advocate for equal rights and often spoke about the challenges she faced as a woman in the entertainment industry. More on that in a moment. In recognition of her contributions to entertainment, she received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2001. Towards the end of her life, a documentary called Wait for Your Laugh was released, chronicling her extensive career and highlighting her status as one of America's longest-performing entertainers. From her days as a child star to her status as an iconic television actress, Rose Marie's career is a testament to her talent, perseverance, and resilience in an ever-evolving entertainment industry. Rose Marie's MeToo moment. One particularly notable story from her career revolves around her time on the Broadway musical Top Banana in the early 1950s. Top Banana was a satirical musical comedy that starred comedian Phil Silvers. Rose Marie played the role of Betty Dillon, the love interest of Silvers' character. During this period, she encountered a situation that exemplified the challenges many women faced in the male-dominated entertainment industry. According to Rose Marie, she was approached by a producer who made advances towards her. When she declined, the producer suggested her career could be affected by her refusal. Rose Marie, however, stood her ground, demonstrating her characteristic strength and resolve. As she recounted the story in later years, she mentioned her mob connections from her childhood years to the producer, specifically pointing out she knew people who could harm him if she wanted. Upon hearing this, the producer quickly backed off, and Rose Marie's position in the show remained secure. It's important to note this account reflects the kind of challenges women frequently faced in the entertainment industry during that era, challenges many women continue to face today, albeit in different forms. The story also underscores Rose Marie's fierce independence, her willingness to stand up for herself, and the unique trajectory of her career that provided her with an unusual kind of protection in an industry known for power imbalances. Throughout her life, Rose Marie was an advocate for women's rights and frequently spoke about her experiences, paving the way for future generations to challenge and change the status quo. Rose Marie's career was defined by talent, hard work, and her ability to speak out against injustice against women in the workplace. Now it's time to hear from you. Did you know that Rose Marie used to call Al Capone Uncle Al? Let us know in the comments section below.